Hey, this is Khalid Farouk Hayek with Urban Kids Universe, and welcome to another episode of UKU Impacting Education Show, where we help early childhood educators, childcare directors, homeschoolers, and parents of 2 to 6 years old child make an impact. Today, I have Dupsy Akinsanya with me. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Khalid, for having me. It's a pleasure being here together with you today. Thank you.
It's our honor to have you here. I'm
Thank
very excited for this call. Okay, let me introduce you to our audience. So, Dipsy, you are a registered early childhood educator with experience over 10 years experience
Correct.
working with registered and licensed and unlicensed childcare facilities. And you also have worked with the capacity of foster mom and home childcare providers. And you also have visited 4 continents. Oh my God! And you love dancing.
I love dancing. It releases my stress. That is one of the ways I'm able to address my stress. When I'm being stressed up, I just put some music and I dance. Necessary, I don't know how to dance. I just love it. And you don't really need to know how to dance, but
You
just
don't
let
know.
the
You don't
music
need to
and move
know.
anyhow.
Yeah, it's inside you, right? Just keep shaking it.
You are absolutely right. And that is the way I encourage the children. I'm like, you don't need to know how to dance. Just let's move and enjoy the moment together.
Awesome, awesome. And I would love to know about your traveling the world. About that, maybe after the call.
Thank you for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so for this topic today, it's a very important one. It's the benefit of self regulation in young children. It's a very big one, and I would love to get a lot of life examples and a lot of what we call it experience that you went through it. And yeah, you welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. You know what? I think that due to the pandemic, it is a great topic that we need to raise an awareness on and talk about self regulation. We all need it. It's not just meant for the children, but for the adults as well. Because, due to the pandemic, the children lost routines. There was no consistency. The routines were not there. So, all what the children, most of them, what they do, they get hooked up to their devices. There was no opportunity for them to practice directions, to follow rules, to practice the skills or the strategies that support their self-regulation. So I feel that we as adults, we need to stand up and realize that we need to teach children the skills so that when they grow up to become adults, they are adults that can follow through, they are adults that can meet deadlines, they are adults that can say, oh no, I'm just going to deprive gratifications. I'm not okay. I need to finish up this task because my boss wants me to finish up this task tomorrow, and I'm going to just focus on that and do that. And right now, at times during dinner time at home, you see parents, adults, everybody with devices on.
Device on. That's sadly, it's this. Oh my God,
It's sadly, but that is what is
unfortunate.
happening. And you know what? I'm guilty of that as well. And it is due to lack of self-regulation because we need to say, okay, this device, I'm going to put it away for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I'm going to enjoy and focus on dinner right now. This is the time to connect with my family, with my children. And we all like that. So that is why I felt like, okay, let's have a discussion on this so that we all going to work together and ensure that we build up these skills in children so that in the next future generation, the children are going to grow up and we are going to grow old anyway.
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you. This is not gonna be easy. You're gonna convince us with a lot of strategies that we can put that device away because, and now it's became a habit, which is habit that everybody likes. Sadly, that you keep that device even during the food time, even during again, I am one
Driving,
of them as well. Like
dining.
always, right? So we are so connected to this. We are
That,
missing a lot on the surrounding and the family, right?
yeah,
We have to disconnect this. So we
Absolutely.
connect with other.
And that was what I did before coming here to join you. I'm like, okay, let me put this device away from me.
Good, good.
So, and I timed the device. I'm like, okay, for the next 1 hour, you are not going to ring, you are not going to distract me. I just put it away, far away from me. You know, I think we need to build this strategy. We need to be intentional. Until we get intentional about things, it's not
Totally.
going to.
Well, you just pointed to the key. I believe we can finish the call because you pointed to the. I'm just joking. Okay. Being intentional, being not intentional is the problem because we're not really intentionally adding it to our time because we are all busy. But without adding it, without booking it in our time. I'm sorry, being present is not gonna work if you just go with the flow. You have to intentionally teach yourself to be present for them.
Absolutely. That's the point. You need to intentionally teach yourself. You need to tell yourself, okay, from this time to this time, I am making that decision not to use my phone. And at times you might need to start telling your friends, your family members, please, at this time, don't call me. That's the time for me and my children to bond together.
And you know what? The kids observe that. Like when let's say you are driving them to school, for example, and then you receive a phone call, and then you spend the entire time over the phone, and then when they want to leave, okay, bye, honey, okay, and then they leave. They will observe that you've been really distracted with your own thing, right? And then they're gonna do it themselves. But yes,
Absolutely.
but on the other hand, when let's say you receive a phone call and then you tell the other person over the phone call, and the kids hear that, okay, I am driving my kids to school. I will call you after 10 minutes. They will also observe that, and they will absolutely feel it and do it in the future.
You are so right on that. In early childhood education setting, we have a saying: "Monkey see, monkey do." What the children see us doing, they do that. We might tell them, "Oh, don't do this." They will say, "Okay, I don't do that." But immediately does that, they're going to say, "Oh, but mom and dad does it. Mom and dad they do that. So what's the point? Why are they asking me not to do it?" So it takes a healthy community to raise a healthy child. We need to start practicing what we are telling our children to do, not just by the words of mouth. Don't do this, or we need to start being role models to them.
Absolutely. Being role model is the absolute solution. Teaching by the word of mouth, that is not going to change the fact, honestly. They're just going to say yes, and they're going to do something else on your back, right?
Is that not what we adults do as well? When your
Yes.
boss tells you something at work, you
Yeah.
just say, okay, yes, yes, just let him go or her go.
You're making this call as a confession.
That is so
Okay, so you know what? That's an amazing introduction for the topic today. Would you like to also talk a little bit about the introduction, or should I start with the questions?
Yeah, I can talk about it. For people listening at home or for somebody asking what does self-regulation means, it means the ability to self-manage, regulate your own emotions. It comes from inside, from within the person. It's not somebody controlling that action. It is the person itself saying, I am going to follow the rules. I am going to regulate my emotions. When I'm upset, what are the things I can do? Instead of just talking and reacting, I'm going to breathe in, breathe out. It might be 1 minute, just doing that to self regulate. So that self regulation comes from within. It's not from outside, it's not external, it is
So
internal.
you just answered my first question. I was about to ask you what is self-regulation means. You just started with it. But here is my question. When you are saying that we are intentionally starting controlling all of that, this is, yes, I can absolutely understand it as a parent or adult, right? Or an ECE. But when you talk about kids don't know actually what they're feeling even sometimes, right? So let's apply this on that young age, how you as an ECE help them to to do the self-regulation even without explaining it to them?
Thank you for asking that question. That is really important. You know what? As we said earlier, it's not by saying, it's by doing. And the brain part that controls self regulation, we need to understand that it's not fully developed until a child reaches the age of 25 or mid 20s. So it's not, yeah, it's just developing. It takes time for this aspect of the brain to fully develop. And that is the job for we, the caregivers, parents, educators, to role model, to coach, and to give children the opportunities to practice the skill. Although the brain is there, but the ability to do it is not there. We need to coach them, and these are some of the things that we do. I so much believe in children learn by playing. I know adults will say, oh, they just play, 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 play. What are they learning? Yes, that is the job of children. When children are jumping up, they are working on their their muscles. They are working on their fine motors and large motor skills. When they're doing dog goose, they're learning self-regulation, which is some of the activities that we do every day. We say, okay, children, sit down, let's do dog goose, duck, 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 goose. They learn. Wait for my turn. Maybe I will be the goose. And when you are the goose, you just jump up and run around. They follow rules. That is one of the things. They learn how to wait for their turn and follow rules. Okay, and another example, when children do Simon says what? It is two-way interaction. One of the children can say, oh, I'm the Simon. Simon says, touch your nose. I touch my nose. They listen to what the leader is saying. These are some of the ways children learn. These are some of the ways children develop self-regulation skills. It's not just by saying, calm down, sweetie. Oh no, you need to sit down now. No. It's by doing it together with the children, giving them the power, empowering them. That is the way they learn. And we can start, parents or we educators can start with the basic things that we do every day. Time for Play-Doh. I love to play Play-Doh with the children. As they are rolling it, they are calming down. They roll the Play-Doh, they use the cookie cutters to cut, they are following directions, they are processing things, problem solving through that. When they are doing, we can teach them breathing techniques too.
You do teach them breathing technique at that young age.
Absolutely. You know what? We need to believe in the power of children. Children are smart, intelligent. It doesn't matter their age. And that is why they say right from the womb, start singing to your child. Start reading to your child.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I do that a lot.
Yeah,
I did this with all of the kids. And a lot of people, they say, what are you talking to them? Like, and I kept doing it. And honestly, I'm sorry I interrupted you, but honestly,
okay.
All of my kids, they talk in very, very early age.
Wonderful.
And I talk to them. When they're inside my wife tummy, right? Like they were
so
inside
amazing.
there.
That's
and
so amazing.
From the day one, we're talking to them.
That is so amazing. And you are telling us that it works. It's not just the science. It's not just the scientists telling us that it works. You are an evidence that it works. We educators will believe that it works. But it's just us raising that awareness in our community that these things work. But until we start doing it, it's not going to work.
Awesome. Let me summarize it in based on my experience. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me summarize it in a few action points. If you want to do the impact, like really the impact, first you be the role model. 2, you go to their level, like you go down, sit on your knees, be with them on their level. Okay. Number 3, repetitive and routine. they will learn if you keep doing it over and over again,
Absolutely.
right? So
Absolutely.
routine is a key, honestly.
Absolutely. Consistency, routine.
Consistency,
Let
you
them
just found the word.
have, they need to be able to predict what will happen next. For me, I am as old as I am, I don't like surprises in a way. It stresses me out.
Well,
I
too young.
like to be
You're too young. You're 21, maybe, right? All ladies always they,
able,
all the ladies always they stop at 21. I never saw a lady that older than 21.
oh, you are so amazing.
This is the
Ladies,
reason. This is the reason my wife loved me.
absolutely. You will never leave you. You are the
She
best.
will never leave me. Okay,
You
keep
are the
going. I'm
best.
sorry.
Yeah, so as I'm saying, as adults, we need routines, right? We need predictability. We need to be able to say, okay, on Monday, this is what I do on Monday. On Tuesdays, this is what I do. The same thing children need that. Although we might feel they are young, but that doesn't matter. They want to come into their child care center to know that from 9 o'clock to 9:30 or 10 o'clock is free play time. And from 10 o'clock to 10:30, it is maybe small group time, creative time. They want to know that ahead of time. That is why they told us in ECE that when we want to do transition, we inform the children ahead of time so that they can predict what will come next. It helps their brain development as well.
Totally. And I believe you, we always should express that to parents before they register their kids, like say like a couple months ahead or 1 month at least. You can see that very clearly during the nap time. If the parents know when the nap time and they
Happen.
prepare their kids, you're
Yeah,
going to have a very nice flow during the day. You as an
absolutely.
ACE versus if there is no specific nap time, it's gonna be very hard to just teach them. And it's gonna take a few months, and they're gonna get to it at the end of the day. But it's not gonna be as smooth as the first one.
Absolutely, absolutely. It works for everyone to have
Yeah,
routine. We all know
routine is
that.
good.
Yeah,
Yes, awesome, awesome. Let me go and ask you the next question.
thank you.
Okay, so what do you mean by sensitive? Uh, by sensitive period?
Oh, thank you. The sensitive or the critical period is the time that there's optimal brain development. That time for us that are in early years profession, we know that the age 3 to 5 is very, very important. The children are able to assimilate all the experiences that we provide. So, the experiences, the learning experiences that we provide at that time is really critical for them because we know that that time the brain grows, accelerates fast. The brain grows faster at that time. So, when we give them great learning experiences, they're going to grasp it and it's going to be embedded in them. So that is what I mean by critical. It is very sensitive time that we all need to be aware of. Every adult, caring adult, they need to be aware of this period of time.
Awesome. I'm gonna ask you a side question that is somehow it's related to this topic, but I am asking this question because I know you work with a lot of kids who came here as a newcomer, so who came from different culture, and they
Yeah,
don't have the same level of English, right? My question to you is, since these years are the sensitive periods, do
yeah.
you what we call it, do you what was the word in English, I forgot about it, do you advise them or do you empower them to also learn more about their original language as well?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking
Yeah.
that. And this is a great question. You
Yes.
know what? My own philosophy and the center where I work with philosophies, we develop both language skills with them. Their home language skills and English. We don't place one above the other. We are not saying that English is superior to their own language because we want them to have the sense of belonging. It doesn't matter. I might have stayed in Canada for 20 years. I'm still a colored woman. We want that in the children. We want them to be comfortable to speak their language anywhere. So we focus on that. We are like, okay, you want to speak your language here? Fine. Although I might not understand what you're saying, just make sure we don't want to create trouble. As long as you are just saying it in a fun way, saying that's fine. And when parents come, we encourage them. We encourage them not to feel ashamed to speak with them. Because some parents feel ashamed, they will say, no, I just want my child to learn English. English. I said, yes, your child is going to go to school. Your child is going to speak English all through our life in Canada. But that doesn't take away from the fact that you still need to encourage that your own language from home, because that connects your child to the roots, to his or her roots, and to our own culture. So we talk about that. Yeah, I talk about that a lot.
That's amazing. You know what? I would love to also give a feedback here that here in Urban Kids Universe, we develop different characters, like cartoon characters. Maybe I'll share them here on the screen while I'm talking right now. The characters has different culture, different skin colors, and different genders. So really the kids relay and they say, oh, they can see themselves inside these characters, right? This sense of belonging, it's just so amazing because if you are, let's say, like based on what I'm thinking right now, if you put that activity and you have different characters from different culture are doing the same exact sentence, the same exact activity, the kids will see, oh, that's like me, I'm gonna do it. So empower that sense of belonging, let them feel proud of it, right?
Absolutely. You are right on point. You know what? It's just like coming newly to Canada. It is the people that you met. Okay, let me give my own example. When I came to Canada, the first people that I met made me to feel comfortable and made me to feel that I belong to this country. And that is why I'm able to be successful. The same thing, we need to transfer this to the children. When they come in their classrooms, let them see the posters of their country. We do that in my own program. Every month, we look at the children from every different country. We choose, okay, this month we're going to talk about Syria. We first print the flags of Syria. We look at the food that Syrians love to eat. We provide that for snack time. It's until there is a sense of belonging in a life of a child or in a childcare facility. Trust me, the child cannot learn nothing. No sense of the belonging, no education. It's just like the child just come there to just stay there, just like this. Sense of belonging is going to motivate the brain for the child to learn better.
Absolutely. And empowering the sense of belonging is not gonna reduce any value of them coming here to Canada. I'll be honest with you. I am immigrant too, right? And honestly, everybody when they ask me about Canada, I tell them it's home, right? Because yes, with all of my proud, like with my culture, the original one, but I feel this is my home. That's it, and I would do everything. Like this is where I belong right now, right? Uh, I respect it so much because they provide to me everything, like you said. And can you imagine that the same thing embedded inside or instilled inside our kids, even they don't have the wording that we are expressing it right now, but they feel it inside their soul right now, right?
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
When they come in, do you look at them face to face and say, hey, good morning, Khalid?
Yes.
That is the sense of belonging. Do you call them by their name? Like, you calling them by their name, recognizing them, identifying them. That is how to build sense of belonging. And they are going to feel more comfortable to learn.
Totally. Wow, that's awesome. Okay,
Thank
let me
you.
go to the next. Let me go to the next question. Yeah. Okay. This is a very nice one. Do children develop self-regulation naturally, you think?
Thank you for that question. That's a great one to ask. You know what? We adults, we believe that the brain is there, but we need to understand that it takes lots of practicing. for us to develop a skill. Let's say I want to start driving, or let me give an example of my son now. He's starting to learn how to drive. The more he practices, the better he becomes, the better driver. The same thing with self-regulation. Although the brain is there, we know it's the brain that controls self-regulation. But if the strategies are not being provided for the children, there's nothing. It's like a fertile land. We have a land, fertile land, but until we plant seed into that, there's not going to be any crop growing up. So the brain is just like that. The brain is fertile, is there. But when we provide the strategies, the skills for the children, they become they have better self-regulation skills when they become an adult.
And most likely you do that during play.
Can you say that, please?
And most likely you do that while they're playing. Like you provide that strategy, that thing, like they absorb it while they're playing.
Yes, I incorporate that strategy
yeah.
And when they are playing, as I said, the Dr. Goose, this happens during gross motor time. Why they are playing during gross motor time? They play Dr. Goose. They play red light, green light. This happens during gross motor time. They are having fun. They are playing. It's not by giving them paper and pencil and so I want you to self-regulate, right? A or B.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not going to happen. It's by play. The activities, play activities that they do daily that we adults might think, oh, they are just playing. They are learning, developing the skills through that.
That's amazing. That's awesome. You know what? I just learned something very nice and new today, which is you also teaching kids at that young age how to breathe. I would love that you elaborate a little bit on that. Like, give me an example. Like, give me what did you say? What type of game you do it? I would love to do it with my daughter Senna. She's 3 years old. Like, give me an example. I'm so curious to hear.
Thank you. For sure, I'm going to do that. Okay. I wish you know what? You can just print out, or you can use red construction paper, green construction paper, cut it out in a circle, and just put it on a sheet of paper, and you tell the child put different colors, red construction paper in a circle on a different white paper, yellow one on a different white paper, green one on a different white paper, on a separate white paper. And you show red light. That means, what does red light mean? Stop. So they stop. Green light means get ready to go. Yellow light, green light means go. I'm sorry, go. Red light yellow light means get ready to stop. That is, and through that, they learn how to pause. It's very important to pause. When they now develop that skill, that ability to pause, then you now start teaching them breathing skills and say, okay, your friend makes you upset. Instead of, just punching your friend or biting your friend, what can we do this together? Let's just breathe. Two times. Breathing. Be like this.
And then you show them the red light.
Yes, breathe. Now breathe out, breathe out. And you make that silly face, right? They love it when you make the silly face with them, because that empowers them. They can connect that, okay, that red light means I'm so upset, but I'm just going to suck it in and release it later. By the time they do that, instead of biting on their friend, they have already paused, right? To think through. So that gives them ability to self-regulate.
Wow, this is so good. You know what? I would add it also. I will absolutely add this one. Hopefully, I can make a video with Senna about it, and we can put it in the platform. I will add it to our activity worksheet. This is amazing.
It's very, very important for teaching self-regulation. It's very simple, but we don't practice it. And until we start practicing it, very simple things, we just need to start practicing it. We can say, like an example, it might be in the house. I spy, hello, can you close one eye? I spy with my little high. And what? I see a green thing. Then you look around. What green thing can you see? The child is passing.
I see a sticky note.
Perfect. You see how that works? The child learns how to pause, then think.
Awesome.
So many skills are being developed during that, just with that game.
You get me into the
Eyesight, the
moment. Oh my
language is
God.
there, the problem solving is there, the cognitive skills are being built. So,
That's
so
amazing.
many developmental activities are embedded in a single activity.
That's awesome. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, that's very, very nice. Wow. Like this is the thing that I really love. You know what? Also a side note, as a side feedback, the reason we created this UKU community is when we connected with like-minded people, we think that we know like our own perspective, or we think we know about that topic, but when you hear different perspectives, it will just open and like widen the range like very widely. It's just amazing. It's like expanding spectrum, right? Like it's amazing, right? This is what I love about the community, and I love about these calls. I'm learning in every single call.
Very, very well. It's well stated. You know what? This platform, UKU, is there for everyone to connect, to learn. We need to start understanding that we are co-learners. It doesn't matter, I might have been working in this field for over 10 years. I'm going to learn from the children that I work with every day because they're going to teach me new ways of doing things. What strategies that work for one child might not necessarily work for the other. So I need to learn from the parents as well. So I won't say, oh, the parent is not educated, or the parent is not an educator or a teacher, who does not know anything about brain development and the expertise on brain development. No. Parents are there to teach me. And I'm there to learn from them, even as young as infants. At times I work with infants.
Awesome.
Infants are there to teach me as well. We are co-learners. We are collaborators together. We are in
Totally. Oh my
partnership.
God. That's absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? You just touched points. Like it's very important for us inside our Urban Kids Universe community that we're adding parent is because we extend that knowledge from the school to the house and vice versa. And that will make the ultimate impact on the kids when you
Absolutely.
extend it, right? Even as simple as one activity, if you do part of it at the school and then they finish it at home,
Yeah,
that connection between home and the school is so phenomenal. It's just the next level.
absolutely.
And we are lacking this problem. To be honest, we have it as a problem with when the parent, they're just getting a report sheet, but they're not really continue the activity that their kids doing it. Okay, they're just doing so much different activity because they see it from their own perspective. But if you do what the kids are interested at, this
Yeah,
is the ultimate benefit.
you are so right on that. I guess we have the same
We have the same values.
idea about how things will work. We are not saying that we know everything. It's like we have similar idea. We believe so much in parents. And you know what? We need to start empowering parents. Parents are the best teachers of their children. We leave it or take it. They know the best about their child. Let me give you an example. There was a time I was having a child that was under my professional care was demonstrating challenging behavior. She wouldn't listen. She would run back and forth. She would, just trying to get kind of negative attention from me. And I tried to talk with her and see this is not the way we get attention. You can come to me, say, I need you to read a book to me, or I want to talk with you. You use your words. This is not going to happen by, creating, not listening, not following direction. Number one, for your own safety, you need to listen, especially when we are outside in the park or in the playground. But she wouldn't listen that day. She was just like she was a 7-year-old
How
girl.
old?
And she was just like,
Okay,
oh
you just said seven. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, she was just like, oh yes. You know what? When the mom came in, I'm like, Mom, We had an amazing, I believe in what they call the sandwich technique. The sandwich technique. Yes, I believe so much in that. For me, I will not just go and start giving negative reports to a parent. No, I don't do that. I will start with the good things. Oh, you know what your child did today? Oh, your child, when I was cleaning the table, your child came to me and helped me. You know, something good that the child did that day. I started it with that. Then in the middle of it, I would say, you know what, but during play outside time, we had a challenging time. You know, so the parents is saying, I said, okay, what challenging time happened? I said, and this was what happened. You know what? The parents said, oh no, you need to listen to Dupsy. You need to listen to her. And you know what? The next day that the child came in, she came in and apologized to me and said, okay, I'm going to listen. So the next time we were going to playground, I'm like, remember, remember that what your legs were doing the other time, your legs were running away from me. I want the legs to walk closer to me, right? And I want to make sure that when I reach you, I'm able to touch you, you know, and I want to make sure that you are safe. See how things work. The parents talk with the child. I talk with the child. The next time we saw changes in the behavior of the child because we work together in partnership, because we believe that we need to support one another. And, since then, I haven't seen this kind of behavior in the child. So that talks about the village. It takes a village to raise up a child. A parent cannot do it alone. The educators cannot do it alone. We need to work together. And that is why UKU platform is there too. So that parents, when they are struggling, they can come on this platform, learn new ideas, and talk to other parents, talk to educators. We are there to support one another. Yeah.
Totally. You know what? Like my mentor, Tony Robbins, okay? He said to me once, like I mean, inside the group, he said, you can do it either by try and error, and you're gonna figure it out, you're gonna learn, and it's gonna take you a year or 2 or 3, or you just go to someone as the expert at that exact situation, and then you save years in a few minutes or in a few days just because you're sharing that experience. Right. And this is the reason I told you that I believe in you. I believe in every ECE who come to the show, that you guys, may I just demonstrate this to you?
Yeah.
With your permission. I said that you guys are like, as an ECE, you're going through your journey, and then you found an issue. So you went into a valley. Right now, you did the research, you talked to parents, you did all of these scenarios, and now you are on the other side and you fix that issue. You coming here to this show is you are bridging the gap for all of the others, so they just go through your bridge, so they don't have to go through the struggle all over again, right? And I strongly believe in that. Like we are blessed that we are in a time of era that, as much as there is distraction in social media, if we really can take advantage of that and focus and go laser focus, we have the ultimate knowledge coming. Right? You just go and focus and pick it up, and instead of just getting distracted around, right? So we are all connected. This is amazing. And I strongly believe wherever you are in your journey right now, just one step ahead of everybody else in that situation, you are an expert.
You are so right on that. So right on that.
Awesome.
We need to stay focused. We need to work together with other people. You've said it all. You've said it, and you are so right on that.
Oh
I
my God,
totally
that's
agree
awesome.
with 100%. I'm in agreement with what you've just said now. Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy. And I hope like these messages, like these calls, they really help and serve parents and ECEs and also childcare directors and homeschoolers as well. So we can really do the impact in the future, which is our kids. I really hope that these messages can really save years for them, so they can apply it right away.
I believe, I hope so too, because we need to start understanding that we are growing every day, we are growing old.
Totally.
And these children are the next generation. that they are going to take care of us when we grow old. They're going to be the teachers there. They're going to be the doctors there. They're going to be the construction workers there. If
Yeah,
with what we give unto them is what they're going to give back to us.
totally. They're gonna
So
give
if
it
we,
forward afterward.
yeah, if we give them love now, we give them empathy, we give them self-regulation. So when we grow up to, they can pass it on to the next generation.
Totally.
So this is the time for us to start working together as a community and provide the skills for the children.
Yeah, totally. My belief in all of this in UKU is what we started here will indeed have changed the world for the better already. We just need people to resonate with this and they take it and they just go cross that bridge that you are teaching us right now, right?
Absolutely. You are so right on that. This is a platform that they can start with. They have different diverse activities, learning opportunities,
Yeah.
people to talk in videos to watch, things that are educative, that will improve and better life and empower them. We want on this platform, I believe that your goal is to empower parents so
Totally.
that no parents will say, oh, I don't know the skills or I don't know how to do this. Just
You don't
come on
have to.
YouTube and it's there for you. So
Yeah,
easy.
totally. You know what? I should add a link here for the community because it's free to join. So let's people just join the UKU community, and then
For
inside,
sure.
let's say we take them to the next level inside the platform. Yeah,
For
wow.
sure. For
Okay,
sure.
let me go to the next question if you don't mind.
For
Okay,
sure. Yeah.
so why are we never taught this skill if this is very important, the self-regulation skill? It's
Thank
not never, like, I'm sorry, it's a question that came from the community, but it's some of them they think that I didn't get it educationally, right? Like I maybe they're doing it, but they didn't think that they were taught to do it. Go ahead, give us like one of the.
You know what? In my own opinion, I believe or I feel that we pay so much emphasis as a community, as a society, we pay so much emphasis on school readiness skill. We want our child to be so smart to know the colors. What color is this? Green, yellow, blue. Oh, we want our child to be A, B, C, D, right? We pay so much attention on that. At times, there are parents that will come to my childcare facility and they will, when I'm doing because I do the orientation with parents when they come in, I make them to understand that, okay, these are the things that happen in the day when your child is here. And some of them, they will feel that, okay, if I'm paying this amount of money, I want my child to be able to read. I want my child to be able to identify colors. I want my child to be able to identify and name the alphabet, to write their names. You see, that is the perspective that we as a community we have, that children should be able to, that is why I'm sending them to childcare center. That is why I'm paying $1,500 a month. I'm not sending them paying $1,500 a month to play. We have that mindset. It's not everybody, but some people have that. And because we focus so much on school readiness skill, we forgot about self-regulation. And we assume that, okay, the brain is there, you're just going to learn it. But if we don't teach it, if we don't coach it, if we don't role model it, it's not going to develop. It's just going to be, the brain is there. It's just going to be a land in my backyard or your backyard. If you don't plant any flower seed in it, why will you expect to see flowers in the summertime? No. So the same thing, we need to teach the children self-regulation skills and strategies so that when they grow up to become adults, they're able to follow through, they're able to keep promises, they're able to problem solve, they're able to follow direction, and they're able to stay focused. So that is why we need to teach them.
And I'll be honest with you, that's awesome. You know what? Honestly, as a feedback, as a parent, I care more about all of what you just mentioned, from problem solving skill, from sensitivity skills, from all of these other skills, more than just learning one, two, three, more than just getting the education aspect. Absolutely, the education aspect, we respect that, and it's very important. But the most important here is a very direct question to parent. Let me just talk to the camera right away to the audience. Okay, if you are at home and you are just keep teaching and keeping giving orders and doing all of that, how did that work for you? it didn't work well every time,
It
right?
wouldn't.
It
Yeah,
wouldn't work. So basically, learning through the play, learning through the skills, learning through the self regulation that you just mentioned, these are what's gonna last with them when they grow up, especially at
absolutely. Yeah.
this young age. At the like, I totally understand. Like, even, you know what? Let me just add one more point. I spoke with I spoke many times with school boards, right, here in Ontario, and they said we try intentionally to do all of the preschoolers to kindergarten to keep it immersive play. So they learn it through playing, even intentionally. We don't want to add themes. We don't want to add a very, very strong curriculum that they have to follow. Sadly, at some childcare centers, they still follow a lot of what we call it education aspect that they have also to report to parents that okay, they learned this, they learned this. But
I
at the end of the
know.
day, yeah, but the end of the day, for me as a father, I need to see the development. I need to see the end result, the benefits, right? It is not the tool. That like the learning numbers is one part, one step to get me to the benefit, which is the personality development and emotion development, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and here is the question again: how did it work out for you if it's always educational aspect? It's not gonna work.
For sure. Let me build on what you have just said. You know what? It is a good thing that you have that understanding. I think as educators, as teachers, as community partners, as policy or state policy makers, we need to be having this conversation with parents that children learn through play. They don't learn anything through paper and pen and say, I play this line, cross it here. No, it's by singing A, B, C, D. You know, when you're singing a movie, E, F, G, it stays in the brain. They are moving, they are connecting with it, they are using their sensory. That is how it connects. You get, as an adult, if I just sit down for 5 hours, even as an adult, I'm just doing paper, 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 and pen, I get tired and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I in a prison? The same thing with children. We need to put less focus on paper and pen. Give them basic activities, fun, games, singing, jumping, reading books that have rhymes, five little monkeys playing on the bed. Well, something like that. That is how they learn, not just by saying count one, two. No, let's read with them, let's sing with them, let's do rhymes with them. That is how they learn. Self-regulation, problem solving. This is how they develop, how their brain develop is the experiences that we provide for them right now when they are so young. That is how we set the foundation for their long-term development.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I'm gonna share, since you opened the discussion to make this call as a confession.
Thank you for being
I wanna
so.
I wanna confess live in front of everybody. I'll share one of my stories, my origin stories, with your permission, okay?
Sure.
Back in Syria, before I come here, I thought I knew English. And
Mhm.
the way we were learning English is exactly the wrong way that you just mentioned it. I'm not saying like all of the teaching there is wrong, no, but maybe the private institution that I used to go to, it wasn't that perfect. So the teacher was saying, and we are adult, by the way, and she was like standing there and she say apple, and then all of the classroom they say apple, and she said she doesn't even repeat it again. She said again, and we all say apple
Again,
again, apple again, apple. Okay, and we learn. So I came here to Canada and I thought I know some English, to the point when I start walking in the street and I realize I don't understand anything. Like they're just talking different language. Like honestly, I didn't understand anything from
mhm,
anybody. So I
mhm,
realized I only know alphabet. And long story short, I end up going to the library to
mhm.
learn by watching Barney's the dinosaur, the purple dinosaur.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I watched the movies as a child. Okay,
Mm.
and I was start looking to these songs, and I repeat with all of the kids. This is the reason you can see right now when I talk to you, I don't have the perfect English. I still make a lot of grammar mistake, but who cares? People care about hosting this show to be getting the benefit out of it. They don't care about my English. It's not about me. It's all about them. So you see
No.
the power, that's the benefit. Okay, the benefit of learning through playing, learning through absorbing. Like for me, I gained all of this English from just looking at the dinosaur and the kids singing these songs, and I repeat with them without even understanding at that point. But I
Mm.
was just memorizing the entire sentence, the entire what we call it, the entire song, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, at that age, I still have a few clips. Maybe I'll share them here. I start really having so much fun with my kids singing these songs when they were preschoolers.
Mm.
We've been singing like we go outside to the balcony and we sing if all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, and we keep singing all of these songs. So the point is the building the bond with the kids, learning the English, and every one of them, like Lama and Farouk, when they went to school, the teacher told me, "Oh my God," told me and Hiba, my wife, they told us, "Oh my God, they're really very prepared for school. Like, where
Wow.
did you take them?" And we told them
Wow.
we've just been with them at home,
Wow.
playing with them all the time.
Wow.
Honestly, I saw that result myself just because they've been playing all the time. And I saw that result with myself when I was just memorizing the curriculum. It didn't work out, to be honest. Again, I'm not underestimating the education aspect. I'm not
Yeah.
underestimating that. But honestly, it's so powerful, the the learn through play.
You know, I want to thank you and appreciate you for sharing that. And then lots of parents need to hear that from you. You know what? You are a brain developer. That is who you are. You just help your child or your children to develop their language skills. That is what you just did. And that is what we as educators, we need to empower children, give them this, empower parents, give them this information that it works. Until we start telling the parent that this works, it's not through paper and pen, it's through games, it's through play. Even I know you might be paying $1,500, $2,000 every month. You might be, that is how they're still coming here to play. And through play, that is how they learn, by singing. When they are singing, that is concrete because they are using every aspect of their brain to sing. And they are remembering, it creates long-term memory for them. When you sing, when you want to learn the language, when you start singing the song, listening to the song, you start learning. That is just it. It has to be concrete. It can't be abstract.
Oh
At
my
that
goodness.
level, it has to be concrete.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh my God. That's, oh my God. You know what? You 2 days ago you saw the UKU platform, like the video
Yes.
streaming
Yeah.
platform. And then I just want to let you know that the most feedback we received from parents and from ECEs is the singing part. And we have a category called Time to Dance where kids are dancing.
Mm.
And we recorded almost, I believe, exactly 59 videos because this is the majority of the kids that they wanted to watch. They want to watch other kids dancing. Okay, so
Mm.
the maximum videos we have in there is about dancing. So they are learning, and they all resonate. And by the way, I did a trial, like I really did test with almost 40 kids. The minute they
Wow.
come in and they look to the screen and they see the kids dancing, okay, whether or not they know the song, they just mimicking the dance, the 500 monkeys. You know what? Okay, I don't want to take a lot from your time, but I'll put at the end of this call, I will
Yes.
put one of the songs here. I will add it to
Oh,
the call so you
yeah.
can see how really the kids let the parents, let the kids see this song, and let's see the reaction. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
It's
As
amazing.
adults too, let's say I don't know your language. You don't know my language. But immediately you put a music on,
We all
we start doing this. We don't necessarily know the words, the meaning. It connects us together.
totally,
Relieves
totally. I totally agree.
stress. The same thing with children. They might not know the wordings, but you just see them moving
Yes,
and doing
exactly.
and getting along. And they're having fun, and their brain is connecting the neural circles, it's just connecting as they are moving there. It's very beneficial to
Totally.
children. Yeah.
Totally. Wow. Okay, you know what? I still have minimum 4 more questions. Would you like we do extend on this call that we do it? We do another part of it, or would you like I just ask one of the question and then we go to the action points? Because I would love to always finish the call with action points. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So here is my question to you. Should we keep the other 4 questions that we received from the community? We keep them to another call and we do part 2.
Okay, yeah, we can do part
Part
2.
two?
That would be great.
Yes, because honestly, this is a very important topic, and I think we need to go deep on that. Okay, maybe we'll add few more questions, but I love that this casual conversation today. It was very, very amazing, to be honest, and very, very beneficial.
Thank you. I love that. So I love the passion, the energy that flows, between the two of us. It really plays a role, in the call.
Totally. So you know what? Let's wrap up by you giving us few action points, and we keep the extra questions to part 2. Okay.
Okay. So I'm just going to say number 1.
Yes.
I like to use my gesture a lot. That's number 1. Parents, educators, we need to remember to be consistent. We need to understand that it takes time to build a skill in a child. Self-regulation skills takes time to be built in the child. So we can't just say, I have been doing it for 1 month. The child is not getting it. The child cannot control him or herself. The child, we need to know that we need to be consistent over and over and over and over with it. And that is number 1. Number 2, we adults, we need to learn how to stay calm ourselves. We need to learn how to be patient. We tend to react, as parents, we want to react. When a child does something wrong, we want to say, stop that. No, you need to be calm. We need to say, let me zip up now. Let me take a moment and pause. And let me think before I make that respond to what is happening. We need to stay calm, pause, and think through before we respond. So that's one of the things. And we need to practice. Remember, practice makes perfection. We need to keep on practicing the skills with ourselves, with our children. It's not, we can't say we are too big. We can do, Simon says, touch your head. We can do that. It's good for us as adults. So I'm doing my sound silly, but it's helping us too. We need to learn how to pause, practice, and practice. And the last one I want to share, we need to be empathetic. We can't assume that being empathetic, show compassion. We need to understand that these skills take time to be developed. Self-regulation, it doesn't totally develop until the brain aspect, until a child reaches mid-20s. So we are still there to keep on supporting them. We can't say, but she's a teenager now. She's a teenager. She should know this. No, let's remember that the brain is not fully developed. The brain aspect that controls self-regulation is not fully developed until a child reaches mid-20s. And that is why we need to be empathetic. We need to be compassionate. We need to practice and, just stay focused.
Thank you so much. That's so amazing. And I would absolutely 100%, I would love to extend this to a part 2 because it's so important.
Thank you so much for having me. I love coming, share my expertise with people, and I love to learn from people as well. By learning, that is how I'm growing as an individual. So it's not that I know everything. No, I want to learn from this community, from UKU community. It's a great platform, and we can work together to improve and to better the next generation of children that we are having right now.
That's awesome. And you too, you're welcome to our UKU family.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. Okay, guys, this is Khalid Farouk Hayek, your host at UKU Impacting Education Show. And until next time, make your kids' life a masterpiece. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Hi guys, it's Summer and welcome back to another Urban Kids Universe Time to Dance video. Today we're going to be doing 5 Little Monkeys. I'm with my brother, Lou, and my sister, Senna. We are also hanging out with a couple friends, which are Noor, Talia, Salah, and Assam. Now, I have a quick question for you guys. Are you ready to dance? Yeah! Then let's dance! He's jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. That's ready. Start! 3. Five little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Woo! Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. 4 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. There's only one! One little monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor